We're recording. We do double recordings. We do Facebook Live recordings and we do the Zoom recording. So today, yay, we're on our Wednesday call, Answers from the Field with Marie Claire. Hello, honey. How you doing?
Hello, Brenny. Thank you for introducing me.
I'm just going to let her take it away. This is becoming my friend, a student of mine. I'm in a class with her. We have Cynthia on the call today, and they started a little bit beforehand. I think we might be talking a little bit about guides, but that's up to them. So I'm out of here. Please share this out on Facebook Live. Let's see how many people we can get on here and get some answers, because I know y'all have questions.
Okay, so let me just introduce a little bit my work. I'm a channel and a psychic, and I tune into frequencies that live in the different fields that I perceive. So when we're thinking, when we are talking, when we are doing, we are connecting to fields that have the same frequency as the thoughts, the feelings, the actions that are animating us. So that you know, some people could explain that as quantum physics. So that's something that I see and perceive. So we feed the field and we get influenced by the field. So that's how I see the world. And it's very good news, because it means that we can extricate ourselves from the fields rather than feel that we are a slave to them, right? Or victims of. So we started talking about your guides. My question was whether you connected to your guides, because I got a strong indication that they would like you to call them before we go any further, and that it doesn't really matter that you know who they are, but they would like you to have as many opportunities as possible to identify their frequency. So that when you're calling your guides, when you're calling your higher self, which I would really recommend that you always do when you're going to getting psychic download, information from someone else who's channeling, you always want to have your higher self with you, because they will be vetting the energy and the information, and then you can trust whatever feelings you may be getting that are genuine. So if all of a sudden you have this urge to say goodbye and leave the call, if your higher self is with you, then you should do that rather than persist and maybe, fall under, for example, psychic attack. I'm not saying this is going to happen now, because I work in a protective field, but I'm just giving you this example. So this is a message from your guides. It's like, start with your higher self and then call your guides, and just keep on going with getting familiar with the frequency, their energy, because there will be a shift in your room or inside yourself when you do call them. Do you want to take a moment to do this?
Okay.
And just let me know when you're ready to continue.
Okay. Ready?
Okay. So there is something that might be, one of the benefits of what you're doing at the moment in this course is to let go of a way of being which is keeping you precisely separate from your higher guidance, and it is to have what I perceive is a structured, a very structured self. So in fact, it's as if you were an architect. That's what I've been picking up from the beginning. As if, I don't know whether you have that profession or not, but I can see you. There's this part of you that is currently in charge of your life, which likes to have to draw plans, to see with your eyes the things, the projects, the things that you're going to be giving your energy to. So it's like the concrete, the proof, the 3D stuff is kind of very important to that part of yourself. Do you resonate with that?
Yes.
Because that's the one that you would do really well with, kind of not getting out of the way, but befriending and reassuring, so that you're not going to be clashing with it, and also so that it's not going to be constantly questioning and getting in the way. Because when you are tuning into higher guidance, you just step into a completely different vibrational frequency, and it is not it's like, for example, now we're not having a conversation. I am having a conversation apparently, but I'm not, because I'm tuning into your energy field, and this is where I'm picking up the information from. So if I were just to have a conversation with you in 3D, I wouldn't be able to access any of this because I don't know you. And even if I knew you, maybe I wouldn't even know this about you. So the point is that you'd benefit even more from this course that you're doing now by investigating more how you can speak the language of that part of you which is keeping you separate from your higher guidance. So it's about, when something really needs to be busy, a part of us needs to be busy with, for example, making lists. So you give it a job. You need to give that part of you a job to keep it engaged and not made to feel that it is not useful, or that it's bad, or that it needs to leave your life, or anything like that. Because that part of you has its use in your practical existence. You just want to be able to combine the two, right?
Yes.
So you don't want to antagonize that one, because as long as you antagonize something, it will resist. And the resistance creates conflict. And then you're going to be frustrated and not achieve what you want. So at this point, the reason you've been called to seek your guides is because you really are at a point where your soul is saying to you, we are ready for integration. So we are ready to integrate the whole of who we are, meaning the whole of who you are, Cynthia. Mm-hmm. So it is not, it's integration, so it is not segregation. That's the important word here, is integration.
Yes.
So, yeah. Okay. Do you want to ask something?
Well, I think, wow, that's a lot.
Yeah, I know.
Really, really helpful. Thank you. I mean, that's an important piece that, it's huge. I didn't realize that's, that they coexist. I guess I'm trying to see only one piece of it when there really are two.
Yeah, but you see, this is how we are changing the world, is by becoming the fully integrated beings that we are, and not the bits and pieces that eventually obviously are panicking and anxious because they don't know the different parts of each other, and they live together. So can you imagine, you live in your house with a bunch of strangers? It's really anxiety inducing scenario, isn't it? It's like, oh my God. And who am I going to meet for breakfast tomorrow? It's nerve-wracking. So you are now on a discovery adventure.
So how would you suggest, like on a daily basis, my best way of just calling in the guides and seeing how you feel?
Well, yes, I would I don't know what the course, that you are on. I don't know the syllabus and how, I don't want to interfere with the base or the teachings. I would concentrate on becoming very familiar with my higher self first, because that is the one that you really need to be totally at ease with, and recognizing and asking for a very unequivocal sign, so that you get maybe a feeling in your mouth, or your palms change temperature, or your ears start to zoom, or it usually is, or a smell. It usually is a very physical, it's a sensorial experience. So that is the one that you start with. But also, if you've been told who your guides are, I would start to become again familiar with the sensation, because they don't all appear at once. They don't all show up for all the jobs that we need them for, because some of them will take care of certain situations and others take care of other situations. Sometimes they all come at once, but not always. So you've got the opportunity to be getting to familiarize yourself with them at your own pace. And I feel it's really important for you not to put yourself under pressure to get a result, because that's that other part of you that's going, okay, I'm willing to not interfere, but we want proof. So, there you are going, oh my God, I can't feel a thing. What is this? Is there something wrong with me, or is there something wrong with the teacher, or is this not even real? Or, it's like, whoa. Then you start going into that washing machine and you've had it. So that's what I mean about being, making it something so interesting that the end product, as it were, of this is a much deeper knowledge of yourself. Because also, these guides, and some of them, may be with you just for this stretch of your ride. Because our guides change as the soul evolves and goes through different places and challenges. It needs a different kind of guidance, different frequencies, you see. So, it's like when we are in school, you get your teachers when you are in primary, and then as you go, you get other teachers, etc. So that's how it goes.
That's really interesting. I have never even thought of it like that. But it's common sense then when you think about it. It's like you're not going to keep probably the same guides you had when you were young. Can you explain the higher self for those that are new to this kind of information, and you say the first person you want to connect with is your higher self, so that those that are on the live stream here or watching the replay can be tuned into what we're talking about, please.
Of course. So the higher self, obviously we're using words. And I'm going to give you my interpretation of what the higher self is, because I have seen it described in different ways. For me, it is, we are a huge field of energy that decides to embody. And we're just talking about this embodiment now on the planet today, through a soul. So for me, it's like your higher self is this massive field of energy that is not separate from source and all that is. So it is the wisdom, if you will, of life itself, in all forms, on all universes, from the beginning of creation. And definitely from the beginning of you as a separate field of energy from source. So you've got this massive field of energy that you are, who decides that part of it is going to go into this soul and is going to embody into Cynthia, because there is something that you and your mates who are also going to incarnate at the same time, and those who are not going to incarnate but still are going to be supporting whatever patch of the planet you've decided to take care of. So this is how I see the scenario of how it goes in a very simplified way. Okay? So the higher self is the undiluted, extremely wise part of us. So that's the one that knows what's really best for us, and where the wisdom, where we want to access our wisdom, the one that we have acquired through untold incarnations and work outside of being incarnated in any physical form. Does that help?
Yes.
Yeah, that's good information.
Great. And also to again remind you, this is the way I see things, and it is not the truth. It is my version of it. Okay? So feel free to precisely run it past your higher self, and if you have a reaction that goes, that's a lot of cobblers, fine, go with that, trust that, not me. Okay? Precisely. Put it in action. You know, who am I? I'm this woman you just met on the internet, after all. So, you know, we need to be able to depend on something dependable. And that's our higher self, basically.
Well, and I think what you're saying too that's important about that is you're not always around. So we need to learn to trust ourselves when we're in situations, to ask our higher self and feel and know that the information we're getting is ours and is real. So that's why I think it's important. I put you in front of her because I know she rocks, and I know she has your highest and best good. Anyone that she channels for, their highest and best good. But I also hear what you're saying is, don't just blindly accept what people say.
That's right.
You got to stand in your power. And even if you are a powerful, intuitive being, you still have to stand in your power and not just always believe every word that comes out of someone's mouth.
Yeah, and it's very good. This is precisely something we need to apply to our entire life. You know, when you're going to consider authority figures, so you just need to see what feels right for you. and go with that. And the reason we are embodied, no, and because we are embodied, we also can use our instinct, which is the animal part of ourselves. The instinct resides in the body, and the body immediately will have a reaction to something, someone, or a place. Without logic, it just is our energy, the physical energy field is going forward ahead of us and just scans the field and then brings back information to the body. And the body goes, oh, no, we're not going down that alley. You know, a dog acts like that. It doesn't think, oh, why are you now not wanting to go down the alley that you always go down? It just doesn't go. It turns around and goes another way, right? But we second guess ourselves, and this is because we are constantly living in our head, separate from our body, which is where the instinct resides, and the soul, which is where the intuition comes from. So there you go.
So being new to this work, when you say it's a good idea to get a deeper sort of understanding of your higher self, what are some good ways to do that? Would it just be through meditation, or would it be just to...
Well, if you meditate, that would be a good way, but not everybody resonates with meditation. Do you?
Yeah, I do. Yes.
Oh, excellent. Mm-hmm. So when you meditate, where do you go?
I'm usually in my own little space here in my office, and I'm sitting in a comfortable chair, and it's usually at night or in the morning. Sometimes when I wake up in the morning before I get out of bed, I'll do it.
And where do you go? As in, what's the purpose of your meditation?
Part of this work that I'm doing in the class is just to be able to set a sacred space and just see what I feel after, you know, sort of ask for guidance and then see where that takes me. Sometimes it's guided meditation where somebody's doing a scenario, some visualizing something that's beautiful, or St. Francis or something where I can sort of connect with, you know, that. So like I said, I'm new to this, so it's been really good for me, but I'm not a master at doing anything. So I'm just
That's okay.
Doing the right thing, you know, is it the right
thing? The thing is that, you know, there are many ways, many different tools. What I find is that we need to go experimenting which ones give us the most mind-blowing experience, really, because when you connect with your, you know, with the other part of you, that part of you, like when you connect with source or your higher self or the angelic realms, it's a very physical experience. It's a very emotional experience, really. You don't just go into a trance and then come back and go, oh yeah, well, yeah, I did meet the angels, I think, but, you know, usually you feel something. So the point is to use your imagination as you will, you know. So what works for you? So it's a process of investigation, really. There you go. You see, it's the architect asking the questions. How do you recommend?
Exactly, I know, that is, you were so right in the very beginning. I'm just trying to get over that sort of hump, like you said, to integrate those. And
yeah.
Like what is the direction? Where to kind of, you know.
But the thing is that, you know, I feel that that part of you that wants to know everything and every angle really would benefit from some playful interaction. You know, you go, here you are again. So what can we give you today so, to keep you entertained, you know? Mm-hmm. And so it's light, you know, it's light.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. And what's your profession, by the way? Because now I'm very intrigued. If you're not an architect.
Well, I was in financial, worked on Wall Street for many years as a private banker
Uh-huh.
and investment banker. And now I do a lot of nonprofit work. So I work for the community and the arts and raise money and have some executive level work there.
Right.
So doing a lot of fundraising and a lot of detailed work. So
A lot of detail work. There you go. That's where the architect comes from.
lists and getting things done and working many, many, many hours. So I'm
Right.
stepping away from that now, as I said, because I'm starting this. So I'm stepping away from all that. I've resigned from several boards. I'm still involved, but not as much. So I'm trying to take time for myself.
Yeah, good, because you need to participate in different ways. As we said before, that's how we change the world. It's by including the whole of ourselves.
Yes.
Yeah, so fantastic.
Okay.
Wow. Yeah, it's been lovely meeting you, Cynthia.
Yeah.
Yay! Yeah, I love Cynthia. I had just met her, and I'm like, well, I think you should pop on and get a little information. What I love about this is that there is no specific way you have to meditate, guys. What it's really doing is, what do you love, and to just be peaceful and calm at times, because our minds are constantly moving, especially if you're someone who likes details and financials and stuff. You're like always thinking in your mind. So this is wonderful that you have the opportunity to get some guidance from somebody who, just gives you permission to just go out and find your higher self and get that feeling. I think it's important that we talk about that for a second, that people go into fear when they think they have to meditate if they don't have a guided meditation. And that's the absolute opposite of what we want to happen. We want you to be joyful and at peace. Like for me, meditation, I'm out in a kayak sitting in the middle of the lake looking at the loons. I'm not thinking of meditating and, in comes this color. I do that at times, but sometimes for me, the best meditation is when I can be on the lake in a kayak in nature with everything around.
For me, it's being in nature as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So even a walk, you get stressed out.
No,
the best thing you can do is just get outside.
Yeah.
So does that help you at all? Do you have any more questions for her, Cynthia?
No, I think that helps me a lot. Thank you so much.
I can tell you're brighter. Your energy seems lighter and brighter.
Yes. It just clicked. Makes sense. Thank you.
Well, good. That's what this is about. Helping people with all the little pieces, that everybody has a different purpose and a different gift. So that's why it's good to always listen to, several people, like Marie Claire. I work with her. I'm in Siobhan's class also. And each one has a little piece of the puzzle that clicks with you. And you go, oh, never thought of it like that. So I want to commend you, though, for taking the action and showing up.
Absolutely. Well, thank you for inviting me.
Well, you're welcome. There are benefits of following me, people. First, we laugh a whole lot. That's all I'm going to say is we like to laugh a lot. That's the people I manifest, the happy people. This is a great year. So I'm excited you showed up, Cynthia. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
And I'll send you a link so you can get on our mailing list. And you know what? Because you have that wonderful clearing meditation that might be just perfect for her.
That's true.
Yes.
And it's like 12 minutes, but it's like super powerful, and it's got beautiful music in the background. And to me, I think that would be really good for you to relax into. Now, Marie Claire, so she listens to that. Before she does it, should she say, ask for a sign? Like, I can kind of feel that you want to know when you connect to your higher self, because everyone has a different way. Is there some guidance you can give her about, should she just ask for her higher self to give her a sign? Should she ask for a specific sign, like a feeling or a vibration?
No, but the thing is that, we've already said the thing about the higher self. You need to identify the higher self through something that will always be the way you identify your higher self.
Are you asking them, though, or you just...
You ask the higher self to show you. Yeah. And I want to say something about this clearing meditation. It is that it was recorded in a studio, and the engineer was is psychic, and then he added the music to it. So it's an amazingly powerful 12 minutes, basically.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah, it's not just any old thing put together.
Mm-hmm.
It's very focused.
Mm-hmm.
So
I
yeah.
like to do that meditation. I have a chair I sit in, and my crystal has, like, when the sun hits it, there's rainbows everywhere. And whenever I see that and it's in my wealth area of my office, I like to go do that meditation, because it's like, oh, look at all the sparkly rainbows calling me in. And I go do that meditation, and it shifts instantly. Like, when I leave that meditation, whatever junk was bugging me is gone.
Mm-hmm.
So for those of you that want that meditation, I will post a link where you can just go and put your email address in and download the meditation. And then we send out an email like once a week. So we're not bombarding you. Don't think that, I'm getting your email address and send you all kinds of stuff. But I will make sure to post that on the Teleart Gathering page. And then you can go download that. Cynthia, I'll just give you the link direct, because we're meeting in an hour anyway.
Okay, great.
All righty.
Okay. Bye-bye, Cynthia.
Bye, thank you.
You're very welcome. I might see you again.
Yes, I hope so.
I think you might see her again.
I have a feeling.
Good.
So I want to thank everybody on Facebook that showed up. Stuart, you always show up. Thank you so much. You should pop on Zoom one of these days and get some free guidance, some free channeling, whatever. I mean, that's what we're here. That's what it's all about. I like to put the people, the teachers in front of you that you guys didn't even know you were looking for. Like Cynthia had no idea she was looking for you, Marie Claire, but I see the click with you two, and it's like God bumps all over me. I'm like, oh yeah, they definitely will be chatting again. I can feel that. So we love to do that. That's why I love to do it, because she's gifted. And Cynthia, how would have you ever met Marie Claire if I wouldn't have told you to get on this call? You wouldn't. And she gave you one clarity that's going to shift you.
Yes.
Thank you. Lori likes my color today.
I do too.
My orange. It grabbed me today. I'm like, I always wear blue and green, if you know me. And I'm like, man, I never wear orange. But we know orange is chi and energy. And I felt like a little lift. Plus, it kind of felt like Caribbean, like, I should go on vacation.
Ah.
Ulterior motive. Manifesting travel. All right, I'm going to stop the Facebook live stream. Thank you so much for showing up, guys. We do this every Wednesday. We are probably going to be shifting the time, because we want to make sure that people in Europe and other countries get to participate. So right now we're doing them at 11 o'clock. And when you register, then you'll get an email if we shift it. We might shift it to 2 o'clock in the next couple of weeks, right? You feel that too, Marie Claire?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Okay, so thank you, Facebook. I'm ending the live stream now. Bingo bango. And any last words before I end the recording here on Zoom?
No, I just remembered that I've got the free journeys that Cynthia, you might be interested in joining. I journey we journey. I take people together to different places from the field of purpose. So we are going to be journeying to the future.
Is this in a Facebook group? Is this a group? Is it a class?
That is through free conference call.
Okay. Now, can anyone participate in this? Because I'm recording on Zoom still.
Yeah, anyone can participate in this. It's just that they need to register on my website, homepage.
Okay, so I'll get that link from you and I will send it out in the email, and I'll also post it on the page right now. So people can start, this is really fun stuff, Cynthia, and that's what I like to do is everybody tends to want to make everything so challenging and stressful. And it's like, no, man, it's supposed to be fun, and that's a fun group there. Ooh, I get to go to the future. Woo-hoo! Meet my new boyfriend.
There's a bunch of us in there looking for them.
Well, I'm drawn to like Greece, the Maldives, Italy, something over there. I keep seeing, every time I see that water, I'm like, all right, so I'm going to end the recording here. Lori, you can stay on. We can open it up and chat for a minute because we still have like 10 minutes before we zip off because Marie Claire does have a meeting. But I want to thank everyone who watches this. I post them on YouTube, so if you're watching this on YouTube, click on the link and zip over to my website. And thank you for showing up, as always, Marie Claire. And thank you, Cynthia, for coming in because you help a lot of people. That's what happens.
Yes.
The questions you have. So by you showing up, they might have found Marie Claire, get in that group, and that may be the whole difference in their life. So that's how we impact the world. So thank you for showing up.
Absolutely. Happy
Bye, everybody. Recording is ending.
Bye.